So you wake up, but notice that something feels off. Not in a dramatic way, just dull. Unlike many people who wake up worrying about having their lives figured out, you have your life under control. You check your phone, scroll a bit, see the same recycled posts, and put it down. You aren't sad exactly, but you aren't excited either. Well, it is just another day. You get ready, go about your routine, and do the things you are supposed to do. On the outside, it all looks fine. You laugh when you are expected to laugh, you nod when people speak, you even tell yourself, "See, nothing's wrong." But deep down, there is this heavy silence. You notice that it is not the peaceful kind, but the kind that makes you realize something inside you has shut down. Food doesn't taste like much. Jokes don't land the same. Even the things that used to fire you up feel far away, like they belonged to someone else. By evening, the day had blurred into all the others before it. You crawl into bed, not tired, but drained, with nothing left to give and nothing to look forward to. You tell yourself, tomorrow will be different. But when tomorrow came, it was the same. To understand how to come back, we must first understand why we left. Feeling dead inside is not a random occurrence. It is a defense mechanism. It's the mind and the heart, in a moment of overwhelming pain or prolonged stress, pulling the emergency brake. When life becomes too much, too chaotic, too painful, too demanding, the psyche makes a strategic withdrawal. It says, if I can't win this battle, I will stop fighting. If I can't protect you from the pain, I will numb you to it. This state can be triggered by a single catastrophic event, a sudden loss, a betrayal, a profound trauma, but more often, it's the result of a slow, corrosive erosion, a life of quiet desperation, a job that drains your soul, a relationship that leaves you invisible, a series of small compromises that, over time, add up to the abandonment of the self. This is what the psychologist Carl Jung called the persona, the mask we wear for the world. When the persona becomes the entire self, when you spent so long playing a part, you eventually lose the person behind the mask. The inner life, the very core of your being, starves. The numbness is not the problem, it's the cry for help. It's the result of a starved soul. In the modern world, this internal death often goes unnoticed because we are so proficient at filling the silence. We have become masters of distraction. We use productivity, entertainment, and social media to create a constant noise, a perpetual state of busyness that makes it impossible to hear the quiet screams from within. We mistake motion for meaning. We confuse activity with purpose. We are so busy building a life that looks good from the outside that we have no time to check on the quality of our inner foundation. This is a great deception. You can be at the peak of your career, surrounded by people, celebrated by the world, and still feel utterly dead inside. Because feeling alive has nothing to do with external validation. It has to do with internal connection. And the first step to reestablishing that connection is to voluntarily create silence, to put down the phone, to turn off the noise, to sit with yourself and feel the discomfort, the emptiness, to acknowledge the absence. You cannot heal a wound you refuse to look at. You cannot revive a part of you that you will not acknowledge has died. The journey back to life is not a grand, dramatic event. It is a slow, methodical return to the senses. It is about grounding yourself in the present moment, because the numbness exists in a kind of timeless void, a place where the past and future have collapsed. 1. Reclaim your body. The mind is numb, but the body remembers. It remembers what it feels like to run, to swim, to feel the cold air on your skin. Physical activity is not just exercise. It is an act of defiance against the numbness. It is a way of forcing sensation back into a body that has gone dormant. It's a low-tech, high-impact way of saying, I am here, I am alive, I can feel. It's an act of ownership. 2. Reconnect with nature. There is a reason ancient traditions have always turned to nature for healing. Nature doesn't care about your job, your status, your past. It simply exists. The feeling of soil between your fingers, the warmth of the sun on your face, the sound of the wind in the trees, these are not just sensory inputs. They are reminders that you are part of something larger, something cyclical, something alive. They are a profound and humbling invitation to participate in existence again. 3. Practice conscious creation. When you feel dead inside, your creative spark has been extinguished. You've stopped building and started consuming. The cure is not to consume more, but to start creating again, no matter how small. Write a single sentence, draw a single line, plant a single seed. Creation is an act of faith. It's an act of putting something into the world that didn't exist before, and in doing so, you are affirming your own existence. This is not about producing a masterpiece. It's about the act of doing. It's about reconnecting with the part of you that wanted to make something for the sheer joy of doing it. The most difficult step is to allow yourself to feel again. The numbness was a shield, and taking it off means you're once again vulnerable to pain. You will feel the grief you've buried. You will feel the fear you've suppressed. You will feel the shame you've avoided. This is terrifying, but this is also the first sign that you're coming back. The return of pain is not a failure. It is a victory. It is proof that the lights are coming back on. This journey is not a race. It is a pilgrimage. You will start with small steps. You will feel the discomfort, and you will begin, inch by inch, to re-inhabit the most sacred space you will ever know, yourself. This is the quiet revolution of the soul. This is depth. We don't chase trends. We follow truth.